So just any seated pose. And for our breathing, what I want you to do is to focus on taking deep breaths. So focus on, as you inhale, expanding the belly region. And then as you exhale, the belly goes back in. And in the back of your mind, I want you to start at, say, 99, and every breath in and out then just decrease. So after 99, you go to 98. So I'm going to make you count backwards. And this is a little bit of a discipline just to help us focus a little bit more on our breathing and not by all the other distractions of the world around us besides practicing the deep breathing. So we'll do that for 2 minutes. Next, we're going to do neck rolls and just basically start with your head down and then roll to your right and then to the back and then to the left and then forward, and just keep making a circle with your neck. As you stop the circle, we're going to do a side bend while you're in the seated position. So you can put your right arm out for some support. Put the left hand over, or the left arm over the left ear, and just bend to the right side. We'll switch sides. So now the left hand back for support, the right arm over the right ear, and then bending to the left side. You can come back to center, and at this time, put the right arm back a little bit, put the left hand on the right knee, and we're going to do a twist to the right side. You can release from there, and now put the left hand back and the right hand on the left knee and twist to the left side. As you come up from there, again, center yourself. I'm just going to turn sideways for a moment, just so that you can see. Stay in the seated position, and then just put your arms back, straight back. And if you want, you can make a fist as you try to pull your shoulders back. Try to see how far back you can pull your shoulders without adding too much strain. So just put a gentle tug on your shoulders as you pull it back. We'll release from there, and we'll move to table position, which is on your knees. And remember to keep your shoulders over your wrists and your hip bone over your knees. And we'll be breathing using cat-cow. So as you inhale, the head goes up. As you exhale, the head goes down and the back is arched. So as you inhale, the head goes up. From cat-cow, we'll go to a balancing table. And so if you take your right hand and extend it out, and then your left foot, if you're able to, and then bring both back in. And now the left hand out and the right foot. And just keep rotating. If you're only able to extend the hands out, that's fine also. We can stop at the balancing table and just sort of sit back down, and then we'll move into child pose. So you're kind of sitting on your heels, and then your arms are on either on your side, or if you want, you can extend them forward. You can come up out of, keep your hips above your knees and just extend the arms straight forward. From puppy dog, we will move to Sphinx or Cobra. And again, you can lie, put the hips down on the mat. Sphinx is where you're resting on your elbows. Keep them at a right angle. If you want Cobra, which is a deeper back stretch, just lift up a little bit from the elbows. As you release from there, we'll go back to the knees. And this time, on your knees, and put your hands on the back of the hips, and just bend back a little bit, as much as you are comfortable with. And from there, we'll stand up into mountain pose, which is just a standing pose with your arms straight on your side. And at this point, if you want to roll out your shoulders a little bit, you can do that while you're standing here. If you want to rotate directions and change directions with your shoulders, you may do so. The next pose we're going to be doing is the chair pose. And so keep both feet on the mat about shoulder width apart. And you can bend the knees, almost pretending like you're sitting on a chair. And if you want, you can put your arms out, or if you want to just put them to like heart, folded prayer, hands to prayer by your heart, you can do that also. Just watch the bending of the knees. If it's too much of a bend, just sort of release it a little bit and stand up a little bit more. Just have a little bit of a slight bend, whatever you can handle in the knees and in the upper legs. Next, we're going to add a single leg balancing. So if you can balance on your right leg and then lift the left leg and cross it above the knee. If you need to, you can bend the knee a little bit more for some extra support. Otherwise, you can just stand up a little bit more. If you're having problems with that, just sort of put the left foot to the right ankle, just for a little bit of support by pushing down on the left toes. We're going to switch sides, so the left leg down, the right leg across above the knee. Again, if you need to, you can bend the knee, and if you need to drop the right leg for support, by all means, please feel free to do so. The key is that you are safe so that you're not going to fall over. We'll release from there into Warrior Two. Right leg forward with the right knee over the right ankle, left leg back, and then arms out to the side. You can extend the left leg back as much as you're comfortable with for that stretch. We'll add the reverse warrior, which is dropping the left hand and raising the right hand and doing a little bit of a side bend to the left side. You can release from there. We'll go to warrior two, this time with the left foot forward, the right foot back, keeping the left knee over the left ankle, and then arms out to the side. We'll add the reverse. So you drop the right hand, raise the left, side bend to the right side. As you come up from there, stay in a wide-legged stance, but both feet forward. Try to touch the ground in a half fold. If you need to bend the knees, by all means, do so. You can come up from there and we'll go into goddess pose. So stay in a wide-legged stance, bend the knees, and then the arms are in a cactus pose. You can straighten the knees and then straighten the arms to form a 5-point star. As you release from there, we'll go into garland pose, which is a wide-legged deep squat. As you come out of the squat, go into a seated pose, legs straight out, arms down on the side. It's called the staff pose. We'll add the twist to it. So the right hand goes back, the left hand to the outside of the right knee, and then just twist to the right side. We'll release from there, left hand back, right hand to the outside of the left knee, twisting to the left side. As you release from there, we're going to go into a bound angle pose. And so you're putting the bottoms of the feet together. Try to keep the back straight. You can raise the right knee and try to give it a hug. Bring it as close as possible to your chest. You can wrap your arms around it. This is actually called the cradle pose. You can release the right knee and raise the left knee. And again, hug it. Bring it as close as possible as you can to your chest. As you release from there, we'll go into a reclined position. Keep the knees up, and then take the left leg and cross it over the right leg in what's called a reverse pigeon. You can change sides. So the left leg down, then the right leg crossing the left leg. You can uncross the legs, keep both knees up, put both arms out to the side, and then drop both knees to the right side. So you're doing somewhat of a twist. You can raise both knees and then drop them to the left side. You can raise both knees, put both arms back to the side, and then lift up your hips into bridge pose. You can drop your hips and drop your knees. So you're flat on the mat with your arms to your side as we are in Savasana, also known as the corpse pose. A reading from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 13. Jesus is telling a story, and he says, "Lest in gathering the weeds you root up the wheat along with them, so don't do it." Jesus is trying to teach not necessarily about gardening, because our first reaction when we see a weed is to pull it, get rid of it, remove it from the garden or the lawn. In our reading today, Jesus is more concerned about the other plants per se, like the wheat, that the weeds were growing around it. Jesus is trying to tell us that God is patient with us, even when we make mistakes. If we think about it, on our first mistake, Jesus does not take us out of this world, but he continues to love us and forgives us. So he is completely patient with us. So Jesus is trying to teach us to be patient, not only for other people, but also to ourselves, because sometimes we push ourselves too much. So in our prayer, as you exhale, just think to yourself and pray, Jesus, help me be patient with others and myself. The prayer is, Jesus, help me to be patient with others and myself. You may slowly open your eyes. And thank you for joining us. And I hope everything